All right, hello, my love tribe on YouTube. This is going to be a special expansion reading that's building off of a message I just channeled on TikTok. We are going to pull some fresh cards to build off of it. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This one is for my folks where you are channeling your star. You are embracing your connection with your highest will, your higher will, your holiest will as well, your holiest self, your highest self, your higher self. Take the language and concept that resonates and leave what doesn't. The card that we had pop out earlier was the Crystal Masters 333. All right? Ascended Master El Moria and the Blue Star Sapphire of Higher Will. Holy El Moria also being associated with the first ray of healing, this sapphire blue light of divine will, of holiest power, connecting us with our divine sovereignty, our sacred authority. So, the first part of this message and this energy, we are being invited to tap into and calibrate with. I think I'm going to do an energy calibration this week using that ray of healing. So, comment down below if you want the energy calibration, or if you would definitely be into that. I'm feeling called to start doing that. Take note of the starburst here. And for those of you who saw part one, you remember this on TikTok. This is about the fact that you've called together your star energy. You've risen up through your choice to embrace love, to love yourself, to apply more love in your life. The tarot that brought it down to earth, we had the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and Judgment, as well as the Seven of Cups. For me, this is about the embracing of your heart and your intuition, no longer allowing your mind and your mental energy to be this constricting, restraining, imprisoning force in your life. Judgment has been called, and I'm getting deliverance here as well. Judgment and deliverance, meaning divine intervention support coming through so that your mind can harmonize more with your heart and emotions as well as your soul and spiritual wisdom, intuition, and guidance. Feeling more in the third eye in this moment. The Seven of Cups representing making a choice, an aligned choice, choosing where your soul is calling you. Your highest will is guiding you for its application, for its embodiment. Where's your sovereignty and your soul? Wisdom wanting to be applied, embraced, embodied, experienced. Not with haste, not with rush, with creative intention and power. This is a season and a moment about embracing your projects, your passion, your entrepreneurship, your business, your scholarship, whatever resonates with your craft. 818, I just saw. Oh no, wait. Thought I saw 818. That's funny. Jump into boom, boom, done. 321. But 818 has been a significant number, and that was relevant in TikTok one. So 818. A lot of this Lionsgate energy and lion power, strength power, sovereignty energy strong, wanting to be expressed creatively, wanting to be expressed multidimensionally, and for some, embracing multi-passionately, for some, embracing multiple projects for the life and lifestyle that you're wanting and you're having right now, allowing more dynamicism. And I'm not saying overworking. I'm not saying doing the most. Because a lot of us who are on this timeline and what we're calling it is embracing being paid to exist, receiving opportunities with ease and opportunities that can be executed and embodied with as much ease and smoothness as possible. Yes, there will be, healthy adversity and challenge along the way, but that's what we're calling it. We're not wanting difficulty for the sake of it. We're not calling it heavy contrast for the sake of it. It's like, spirit, make it as healthily easy as possible. Whatever challenge is going to come up is going to come up along the way, but I'm not pre-programming struggling or suffering. And I'm not living off of the addiction and programming of struggling and suffering that so much mainstream energy and media bashes us over the head with to feel valid in our journey. It's like there has been enough tough stuff thus far. Let it be easier. Let it be glorious. Yes, because as I'm tuning into the judgment card again, they're having me focus on it, and they have me focus on the flag. And when I see this flag on this one, it reminds me of first aid. It reminds me of like nurse, help, and getting like divine care from the universe in a loving and nurturing, nursing kind of way. Um, there's something about like tough battles being done, and a lot of these battles were battles of the mind. Yes, battles with your own shadow, battles with your own darkness, and you have risen up and you have broken free because of your willingness to receive and choose divine love, because of your willingness and commitment to choosing divine guidance, for your willingness and choice of embracing the divine, the holiest, the higher will that is relevant to you and your soul. You've leveled up. Like I said in the TikTok reading, you're not a punk ass. And this is not to by any means diminish previous versions of self, moments of feeling weak, moments of feeling slowed down. No. I'm embracing the fact that you are a badass, that you are strong, that you are bold and willing enough to choose to open up your heart and love, in addition to choose to be about your business, about your bag, about your craft, about your career. You're you're not living and giving into some false paradigm of either or when it comes to having an amazing and fulfilling life. You're not giving into the paradigm of career over love, love over career, friends over intimate partners, family over intimate partners, family over friends. Like no, no. You are you have committed to unlearning and disempowering and deprogramming so many programs, beliefs, thought forms, and patterns that genuinely do not serve you, that are not in alignment with you and your authentic soul, not in alignment with your holy embrace of your holiest guidance, that are not in alignment with your frequency and your mission and experience of love, joy, peace, freedom, and abundance here and of this life. Period. It's like you really are, like, you're not simply over the bullshit. Pardon me for being so blunt. It is that, and ooh, pardon me, they have me look at the Seven of Cups. Get into it. Notice how this is like a shadow figure silhouette, and I'm getting mad goosebumps. Shadow figure silhouette. From the shadows, immersed in your shadow self, you've had to come from pure void space, take on form, albeit still a little bit darkened still, but taking on form, solidifying enough to make it like a solid decision, a choice. This is it. This is about you making the choice, and 818 is about to come up on the timer, baby. It's like, it's about divine timing, okay? Divine timing. Yes, with judgment, under, like, so if it hasn't happened at the time of this reading, if you haven't just had for some of you, this may be a confirmation of a big decision that you've made for yourself. For others, this is unfolding like now slash very soon come. So this is a very like, I don't know, I'm getting like a plus or minus, I don't know, like a window period, and I don't normally do timing stuff, so hyper specific, but I'm getting like a plus or minus like 3 to 5 days. For some of you, plus or minus 3 to 5 business days, I'm being guided to say. So take it to resonate, where there's big decision, where either you just made it and or it's incoming. For some, it's multiple. For some, it is multiple. For many, it's multiple. For many, it's multiple because it's multi-passionate here. However, there's like the overarching decision to go in on yourself. So it's like the overarching decision, and then it's the sub bullet points, the sub decisions, the accompanying decision. So, for example, I've been guided to recommit to my arts career and prioritizing that. And with that, I'm also making supportive decisions that will help me invest in that and continue going forward in that, and how I'm going to prioritize and organize my time moving forward. So this coming from the shadows, yes, exploring your darkness, exploring your truth, going inward. You are breaking free, liberating yourself, reset, new mind, new way, new patterns, with divine guidance, with divine love, with divine timing, with divine support. Being pragmatic and nurturing and nourishing. Because notice this Queen of Pentacles. She's about her business, she's about her bag, but she's surrounded by fresh flowers. She's surrounded by like fertility. She's surrounded by sweetness. Like she's not a bitter Betty, you know, like she's not a Debbie Downer. She's not a Donnie Doubter. Like she's giving me like new dawn, new age. Let me smile at this next season. Like, yes, I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling so part of me, but like, they're having me hype up. Like, I'm feeling so good the more I hold her and connect into her energy, and especially with Sister Girl Queen of Cups. Like this, especially for those of y'all who have been in a more feminine state as you've been going more in the shadows, right? Because the feminine rules that realm. So you don't have to be that. You don't have to be what do you call it? Like a woman in your gender or whatever to resonate with it. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's about embracing that energy, leveraging that part of self, spending that time, you know, using those powers in that polarity that you have, that we all have access to. So much loving energy, so much nurturing is because you've chosen love. You understand, yes. You understand and you embrace. You choose to understand. You choose to believe. You choose to embrace that in order to really dead ass to have the best things in life and enjoy life and experience the best life, love is a part of the equation. Like listening to your intuition and yourself is a part of the equation. There's something about where you've graduated and broken free. It's like graduation and liberation at the same time, where you're no longer you're not accepting that like, oh, an 11:44 on the timer, and 11:44 was coming up a lot, a lot. You've grown, you've graduated, you've liberated yourself onto a new layer and level of, and platform where love matters. It's non-negotiable in moving forward in your life. And for many others, also peace and joy are definitely in that mix. There's something about you understand it's not about just mental, driving, force, do it, do it. Like, you're understanding, like, you can't just keep bashing into yourself and pressing in command prompt on a keyboard. You've accepted your organic nature. You've accepted the hybridity of your delightful design, where you've accepted and embraced that as much as the human body and being is the most advanced form of technology, one of my favorite phrases that an old friend gave to me, shout out to Patrick, cite your sources. Um, Human beings being the most advanced form of technology, you've also embraced though that we are organic, we have souls, we have that metaphorical and metaphysical heart space and meaning connection, and it's not about being ignored and denied. We are embracing that we are our own oracles, we are our own guides, and I don't know why I said guides, so funny right there, that's pretty funny. You're not just like you're not robotically pushing and forcing it in life anymore. It's like you're like, no, I'm here to enjoy it. Like I've done all of this hard work, sacrifice, focus, go hard, and did it. In many ways, you've likely achieved certain benchmarks of successes, and at the same token, you're like, my nervous system deserves to be at peace. My nervous system deserves to feel calm. I'm going to nourish myself. I'm tired of ignoring my body's cues. I'm tired of numbing myself to pains. I'm going to listen to the signals and the seasons and the cycles of my unique divine design. And I'm going to trust in the abundance and let go of the scarcity and lack that sought to make me force and operate robotically and inorganically. No, not bound by that at all anymore. Not bound by that anymore. Breaking free. Some of y'all may be going shopping. Ooh, and that came out flying. We got Lishin. Lishin? What is up with my pronunciation today? Listen, Manjushri. Manjushri with listen. Listen, to the sounds here in my heart. A melody I start but can't complete. Yes, there's something about There's some of y'all who got the YouTube readings earlier this week. Was it YouTube or no? Actually, it was on TikTok. It was on TikTok about singing. Listen to the song of your heart. Sing. Creatively sing. Be playful out loud like I just was, just jumping all over the place for the sake of it. There's something about listen to your heart. Like, even like the song, listen to your heart as it's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's something all about like literally you're calling and your heart is calling. Ooh, ooh, and then your mind, not your mind. Ooh, programmed viruses, spyware, malware in your mental consciousness that you really have removed and deleted, but for some of y'all there are some remnants. It's like you know how Trojan viruses, they say it'd be like just penetrating the systems all up in it, just trying to replicate and hide and being like a worm and gross. But very that. There's something about where I also was hearing like telephone, by Gaga, where it's like stop calling, don't wanna talk anymore. I lost my head and my heart on the dance floor. Like there's something about where, but not in the best way. It's like there's a program because you know how she I mean, well, he deserved it, but take you know how she had the whole poison and the toxicity in the music video? Now, you don't need to be consuming that honey. And you also don't want to remain in a toxic situation. Like, remember, oh, yes, yes, yes. So, right, it's like after they killed Tyrese, like after they killed the abusive bastard, it was kind of like, all right, well, let's get the out of that situation. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of town. Let's get out of that environment. Like, we left the toxic and abusive space. And so, don't bring the toxicity forward. Like, don't bring the toxic poison with you. Don't bring the murder weapon with you. Like, like metaphorical. We're talking about the game of Clue. This is all for entertainment purposes for this video. Like, let's not get Sensorita up in here. But yes, there's something about where you've been called by the heart, where it's like, pick up the phone. Like we're out of the war zone. Yes, we're coming back to that battle analogy. We're out of the war zone. We're out of the thick of battle. We're out of the need of using the various weapons to break free. We've defeated the most recent beasts, the most recent animals, the most recent challenges and adversities. So now it's about returning to love, being delivered, receiving the judgment, receiving the first aid, receiving the care, and moving onward and upward to your refreshed, rejuvenated, blessed up kingdom and life experience. But you gotta listen, because also, yes, oh yes, babies. Because Manjushri has a sword in their hand. Look at that sword. Chop chop. See, some of y'all, and you remember we got the Lady Justice here on YouTube early in the week, so you may remember Homegirl. The spoiler alert, the Queen of Pentacles was sitting on top of her right there. So Lady Justice still on deck. But there's something about if we gotta slow it down. For some, it's like put down the swords, and it's time to like choose peace, not war. It's time to choose and lean more into peace and love. The war season is over, or very soon come. Of course, please take what resonates. This is a general collective reading. If you want something more specific, as always, book a personal reading. Links in the bio down below. Contact info, social medias down below. There's something about listening and tuning in. Let's get one more Ascended Master to help. Please help to clarify this for the collective, Holy Spirit team, Ascended Masters and Tribe. Guidance movie on how they can further connect. A clue, some insight, some homework. Ooh, oh my gosh. Wow. Cards flying. I love it. Yo, y'all are set. Okay, they want the bottom of the deck first. Wow, we have Purification with White Tara. Notice how both of them floating on these lotuses, and the lotus symbol was coming up a lot this week for the collective too. So if you've been getting a lot of lotus energies, symbols, whether digitally in real life, being sent to you, shared with you, lotus energy rising up. So we've got lotuses and we've got phoenixes. We've got water rebirth, we've got fire rebirth, we've got cosmic rebirth. So many things coming through for this collective. Listen and purify, the first step in your foundational message. So and El Moria in the very beginning, especially on the TikTok reading, was like clear and shield and protect your energy. Letting things go, letting things flow. coming back into your truth, receiving like with this first aid, it's also being like cleansed up, baptized. You can baptize yourself. You don't have to do this religiously. When I use that term, it's like having like this sacred water cleansing and recommitment and devotion to your faith, whatever your faith may be. Believing in source, believing in your holiest self, believing in the divine, believing in God, goddess, a multitude of things, whatever resonates with you, a personal cleansing, baptism, and purification. Get your energy right, continue raising up and honoring your light and your vibration and embracing and loving the shadow. The cards that flew out. You can do it with Holy Michael, so also another raised sword, and we have peace offering with a white buffalo calf woman. You can do it. You can put down the sword. You can choose peace. You can choose to relax. You can choose to hit the peace pipe and have a good time and unwind. Solo dolo, as well as with holy and sacred tribe. Because we did get sacred soul group messages recently, especially as a gift from that new moon we had in Leo and this Lion's Gate. Put down the swords. Let go of the battle. Move forward in sovereignty. There is a time when the warrior king and warrior queen, like King Arthur, there were times when King Arthur was out on campaign. When Arthur was out there with Excalibur, sword of power and truth, out there wielding Excalibur, slaying the enemies, defending and extending the borders and the territories. And then there was the time to come back home, relax, shower off, away a lot of pain and a lot of the war trauma, letting go of that energy and coming home to some good loving, some good meals, some good friendship, some good conversations, and enjoying the reset too before jumping back into the next strategy, the next deep planning session. The plans may be coming through, so in this time while you're purifying, inspiration can flow. So like I always say, keep your notepad, whether digital or written or both, nearby as the ideas flow. Because when you're blessed up and you're open and you're in alignment, you can always be and open to inspiration, especially if you go out in nature or you have a great time. Something can really flow through your heart space. So I'm not saying ignore everything. The thing is, though, is remembering sometimes the time of the receiving the idea is not the same moment as taking the as needing to take the action for implementation. Embrace peace. This is your season of victory. This is your season to let the head and heart dance in harmony and unity. And I keep smiling. We're going to shuffle out a card. Take what resonates from it. You don't have to be religious. But I have like these, like, essentially these Jesus Yeshua focused cards that have like essentially encouraging messages from scripture inspired by his influence and impact. So we're going to receive a card for loving influence and impact from this ascended and holy master. The master who's often assisting us in the opening and healing of our heart space. So of course, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm feeling guided to receive a word and a message of support in this now, helping to seal in this reading, this channeled message, thanking the ascended masters for coming out and coming through. Thank you, Holy Moria, El Moria, Benju Shri, Holiest Michael, Holiest White Buffalo Capital, Holiest Yeshua. Wow, these cards are all wanting to jump out. We're not going to take that many. Otherwise, I'm going to do like a single pull. For some, this may be an invitation to really go and spend time with your spirit guides, lots of messages and support maybe wanting to reach you. Be of good comfort. Itchy right under the nose. Be of good comfort. Your faith has made you whole. Matthew 9:22. Be of good comfort. Your faith has made you whole. And I think even last time on one of the readings where I used these cards, this came through. And I love this one because Holy Jesus, Yeshua's face is very, very smiley, comforting while, that person is holding hands. This is like basically saying, in my crown, I'm feeling it. And I'm feeling comfort on my crown. Thank you. Your faith and your commitment, like we've been getting in these readings today, your faith and your commitment has allowed you to rise up as the star, to pull yourself together into form, into that form from the shadows, to choose your light, to choose to ignite, to choose to spark, to be the cosmic phoenix, to be the star, to be the embodied being, the illumined being in this new cycle and season ahead. You can do it. Like Michael is saying, it's here. And it's with a season of peace to wash off the battles and scars of war, sitting on top of Paul the Venetian, sitting on top of El Moria, and I'm not even trying to go that deep, but there was El Moria, the artistic expression. So being you, like I told you, being the creative that was coming through all in these readings today. So make sure you get those TikToky ones if you didn't. It's like, baby, embrace your heart space, embrace being creative, embrace being the artist, and it doesn't have to be that hard anymore. It's not to say that I'm not making false promises telling you that there's not going to be adversity or challenge or whatever, but it's like difficulty is not your normal anymore. Struggle and pain are not your normal anymore. It's about letting that go and not choosing that as the normal, as the necessity, as the ongoing narrative. Let it go and cut off and cut away people who are stuck in those narratives. And if you can't cut them off, I should say, like I always understand there's layers and levels. Decrease time and energy spent with them. You do not need to suffer alongside people. No more glorifying suffering, and you're not. If you've done that in and of yourself, next level is curating your soul tribe and your quality time and your focus more intentionally, more lovingly for yourself and for others, so that you are around people that increase your belief in you being able to do it, that contribute and exchange healthily and equally with your peace, that they pass around the peace pipe and offering people in spaces that encourage you to listen to your heart and your soul, not just to respond or react from an anxious and over-programmed mind. New life, new layers, new levels, and new devils that you are more than equipped to take out if and when it's time. Right now, you're being delivered on a new platform and stage. Your angels and guides are acting as your secret service, your bodyguards, your support team, your backup. They've got you above and below, within and without, left, right, side to side, up and down, all directions, time, space, and dimension. Channel, and I will do an energy calibration this week. Channel that sapphire blue ray and light, allow it to wash over you and continue to anoint you and calibrate you with your sovereignty, with highest and holiest will. Thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. This is your time. This is your moment. And if you have moments where you're feeling like super overwhelmed and lost, connect and speak with your spirit guides. Some of y'all is journaling. For others, it's like go and do an activity that channels your creativity. Go into an activity that helps you show up for your craft, for your passion, for your project that you've been working on in this now at this time. Show up and show out. Not overdo it, not overwork, but allow that outlet. Allow yourself to channel the energy to and through you. Embody your purpose. The more you embody your purpose, the more you're magnetizing your blessings and the reality that you deserve and you want towards you. Continue doing it in this now so that the better and better can continue to unfold. Okay. I believe I feel complete. So let me know how this resonates with you. I'm Dil Divine, your feminine your muse, oracle, and soul coach. And remember, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you want a personal reading, links are down there below. You can check out myabundantinsights.net. Reach out on socials, follow, as well as go and get the TikTok messages if you want to expand upon this one. And I'll be back for Tarot Tuesday. A message comes every Tarot Tuesday. So you can get essentially a tarot forecast and check in that now and see what's good from your spirit guide. All right, I'm sending y'all so much love. Thank you, my Love Tribe members here on YouTube. I appreciate you so much. And I can't wait to see you for our next channel message. All right, I'll be back soon.